Hi Taurus. So this is your monthly reading for the month of April. So yeah, happy birthday to Aries, and happy upcoming Taurus season, of course. Happy upcoming birthday. So yeah, check for your sun, moon, rising, and Venus. However, check for whatever sign you feel most intuitively drawn to, whether it's in your chart or if the title of the reading resonates for you. And also make sure to check out my podcast, The Wheel of Divinity. That is where I post daily, weekly love, oracle, and moon transit readings. So all that information for The Wheel of Divinity is down below, okay? Today we're using the Thoth Tarot deck. So, love messages, please, for Taurus. What do we have for Taurus? Month of April. Love messages for Taurus. Love messages for Taurus, please. Love messages for Taurus. Wow, so things seem to be coming in reverse. Nope, this whole fucking deck is in reverse. Fucking hate that. Okay. Hold on, give me a second. Let me fix this for ya. Okay. Love messages for Taurus, please. Let's just get a couple cards. I'm gonna let that go out. Okay, here you are. Knight of Discs. Earth energy. Okay. And then Six of Swords. Science at the bottom of the deck. I instantly just picked up on new venture, new journeys. I see some of you going back to the past in some way too. There's something that you could have left behind in the past. And wow, I'm kind of getting in a sense that it was intentional. Like you could have been in denial about something that you knew you shouldn't have left behind. This could be a way of thinking, a way of being. Just your own belief system, just your perception on things, on certain things overall, right? But I do also get that it could be more, I don't want to say physical, but I guess I say that because it could be a person that you could have left behind. Something about that person, there was so much that you experienced with just that experience overall with that person. There could have been a lot that you learned from being with that person, and you wanted to try to forget it in some way. I have to say this could be for some of you, but it's like you wanted to forget it. It's like you want to forget about it, right? But there were messages in there, you know, that were honestly pretty imperative for your growth. And there could have been something within that connection that pulled you back, or it scared you in some way. It made you become fearful about maybe yourself, or how you see everything else that's outside of you and that still connects within. And I feel like that has to do with perception. So there's something that you were taught in some way, that you got to experience, and you made it seem smaller than what it was. And now there's this feeling of that past energy, or that experience from the past, that feeling, that energy of it, right? It's somehow coming back around to you. And You could either feel unprepared, or there's just something, there could be something fresh, something new about this energy. It's like starting over. It's like starting again, but you still feel like, but in some way I see you at the end. So it's like the end is the start, but you're literally finding yourself at the end again somehow, which is how I'm seeing that is in the past, right? I just heard gratification, and I saw 10 of Cups at the bottom of the deck. I wanted to show you, but I was just like, fuck it. Let me just keep pulling cards. There could be something that's rewarding about someone who, I don't know, someone could have been brave. Someone could have, like, been brave in some kind of way when it came to a certain situation or a dynamic that you could have been involved in. And it's like, there could be some regret around this, because maybe there's something that wasn't said, and now it's almost like the energy calls for you to say something, or maybe they're outside, you know, externally, outside sources are actually expecting that from you, you know, expecting some kind of response from you. And maybe there's this, you have this lack mentality where it's like, well, how do I say what I want to say? Like, how do I respond to this? It's something like that. I get that. Okay, let me get more for Taurus. What else do we have for Taurus? But that's just one card, you know, like, but I got that from, wow. I got that. And now another Knight card comes out, but it's Knight of Cups. Wow. So Knight of Discs and Knight of Cups, right? Yeah, this is it's like an opportunity being given to you to feel things out truly for yourself. I don't know why, like, I just had to say it just like that, because there could still be some it's like an act of, like, I don't want to say it's falseness, but there's just something that could have gotten stuck in the process. It's like something, it's like there was some kind of some kind of flow, you know, some it's like a process of I'm hearing moderation. Some flow, some process of flow was happening, and then maybe there was a jolt all of a sudden. Something stopped, like, in between or in the middle some way. So now it's almost like, not only do you have to meet someone in the middle, but you need to meet yourself in the middle as well. I get that. It's like, you could be, the universe could somehow be offering you something, but it's like you're not really grasping that understanding, because it's something about you having to understand something within self. So it's almost like this mirror effect that's playing out within your dynamic, where it's like you need to, it's like, not that you need to, you just need, like, but I'm still saying it, maybe you do need to do this. I don't know. There's something that you may need to confront with yourself before you confront someone else, before you approach something or someone else. The Three of Swords came out at the bottom of the deck in reverse, okay? Yeah. So with this sword going down like that, that feels, it kind of feels, it feels right to me. I kind of get the sense of, like, nourishment or nurturance, because it's all about what we tell ourselves. So it's really all about what it is that you're telling yourself. If you're encountering something that could feel a bit uncomfortable, but there's this part of you that you know it's necessary, right? So this looks like a new opportunity of some kind. but it's about what you say as well. You know, what you're stepping into, it's all about where your mind is at, where your emotions are at, and how you're going about it, right? You could be you may have to present something to a group of people or someone. I don't know. There's something that you may need to present. That could be what you're in preparation for. You could be getting a job offer, or this could be an offer in love. But you could also be making this offer, Taurus. And I feel like burdens are being dropped because I feel as though you have traveled to a lot of different realms at this point where you kind of feel yourself going. It's like you feel yourself you find yourself in the same spaces. The feelings of where it is and the places that you're visiting and the realms that you're visiting, there's still so much familiarity about it that it's like you kind of feel like you're going in a loop at this point. But the loop that you're going in, there's nothing that you're losing from this. You're only gaining more from it because you're getting clear on what it is that you already ran into. So the more understanding that you get from that, it's like, fuck, this is becoming real. Each time this is becoming more real than what it was before, because this is the truth of it. This is just what it is. And I feel like there's this process of acceptance. There's something about having to accept what is, and maybe also accepting what isn't, right? But there's, with the cards here at the bottom of the deck, they're in reverse. These next 4 cards are in reverse, and these are like really strong cards, right? So that's what I'm saying. I feel like underneath this start, underneath what it is that you are aware of, there's still this part of you that's hesitant to fully step into it, to step into this energy and to embrace it, you know? Because I feel like there could be like this sense or form of denial to some extent. There's something that you don't fully want to accept or believe, right? I'm gonna pull one more for you. Taurus. Love messages for Taurus. My foot is just falling asleep, so I'm just like, yeah. There we go. Love messages for Taurus. There we go. The universe, which symbolizes the world. And then we have prudence at the bottom of the deck, which is 8 of earth. So here's the world coming out. Yeah. It's like underneath this energy, it's like you could feel like after this, or through this transition, this transformation to some extent, it's like you know that there's something about this that will change things forever. You know that there's something that's not going to be the same anymore, and it could just be you. Maybe you're afraid of your own transformation, because you're coming closer to recognizing those things that you may need to let go of. Those maybe the beliefs that you have, you know, that you still hold close to your chest internally. It's like they don't work with where you are now. They don't resonate with in the environment or the space that you're in. It's like, I feel like you could know that, but you're not saying anything about it because you don't want to believe that to be true. But you only gain more insight through the introspection that you go through, right? Which only makes you more clear on what actually is. What is floating around you, you know? And then 8 of Discs, which just really means to work through those aspects, those parts of you, what you feel, what you need to take a better look at in order to feel more aligned with where you actually are. You could have went through a lot of changes, right? And it's like, you're in this new environment, in this new space, but you still could feel like the old you. And you're not the old you anymore, though. There's just still pieces of you, you know, that remain. And those pieces of you could be what are keeping you somewhat stuck, but it's not that. It's really more so like you just feel a little held back in some way internally, because there's something that you're not fully expressing. There's something that you're not fully embracing within where you are now, within yourself, right? So it may call for you to let go of some things, yeah. And it may call for you to actually speak up on something that you already understand, that you emotionally understand it for what it is. You may just not like it, you know, there's that. Yeah, and then 4 of Cups shows up at the bottom of the deck. Something needs to be expressed. And I think it has to just do with pure honesty. It's not about what you get out of it or nothing like that. It's literally like, no, like, this is what we practice. This is how you exercise your emotions. This is how you exercise what it's you just having to just be you. And certain things do call for progress and improvement, but where does your perception lie with what it is that you're producing, and then what it is that you're giving out? So think, it's like, now I'm picturing you wrapping up a gift, or you're creating something, and it could be, the form of it is almost as a gift, right? But all your attentions and all those feelings that you're putting into what it is that you're creating, and whoever it is that you give that to, or if you give it to a group of people, however it is that you're however it is that you're trying to express that, or how you're trying to give that out, it's still going to, your energy is still going to linger within that gift that you're giving out, that you're sending out, right? It's all about energy. So whatever energy remains within what it is that you're sending out, that's going to be reflected upon. You know what I mean? That's going to be felt. So I guess keep in mind on where it is, where you are within your headspace, because energy is so strong, you know. Telepathy is, it alone itself, it's just so strong, it's so powerful. Things don't always have to be said. We can simply just hear what someone says without actually saying it out loud. So it's the same thing when you're exchanging your energy. Therefore, it being an energy exchange, however that is, it's still coming from you. The source is you. So you have more, I don't want to say you have more power than you think, because I don't want it to come out, I don't want you to look at it as more of a, like, an egotistical kind of way, an egoic kind of way, because then that could look more so low vibrational. It's like, oh, I recognize I have the power, let me abuse it. No, you have known all along that you have the power. I think you've been trying to tune on how much of it you express, how much of it you give out as well. And I feel as though it just calls to look within, to speak with self, to talk with yourself before you make any other upcoming movements. Some things require you to go back and complete. There could still be some things that are unfinished. Even if you've learned some of these lessons, there's something that you need to go back and close out. There's some kind of closure that it may call for, consist of. Okay? I love you.